everyone and welcome back to another video. So today we have another episode of Time to Grow. We haven't done one in a while. I think it's been like 2 weeks. If you are new, Time to Grow is just like a little mini series that I'm doing at the minute, documenting my gym progress and my recovery in my eating disorder and body dysmorphia. So I thought today it might be a little bit of a quicker video, which is probably a saving grace because I've noticed all my videos have been an absolute age recently. So this might be a nice refreshing little break from me. I know if you're watching this on the day of upload, I know it's weird to have this on a Sunday and I apologise for it, but the video that was meant to go up today just didn't work out. I think it's going to be Wednesday's upload, so you'll understand why, but it just didn't work out. So I'm sorry this is coming on a Sunday. If you are just here for fitness content, well, it doesn't really matter to you. But I thought we'd do a quick update because it has been 12 weeks since I started Time to Grow and started this kind of new phase of my training. So just a bit of a recap, this phase of my training is new because I have been trying to really focus on putting on some muscle and not letting myself go onto a weight loss phase, because that tends to be the case with me with my eating disorder and my body dysmorphia. I tend to be like, yeah, let's put some muscle on, let's do it. And then 3 weeks down the line, I'm like, no, we need to go back and lose some weight. So I told myself we're gonna try and unpack all of that, like, I don't want to call it fat phobia because I'm not fat, but phobia of gaining weight, essentially. I trying to unpack all of that, forget about it, try and be positive about my body no matter how it looks, and just put some muscle on, because that's what I've been trying to do for years and it just hasn't worked out. So that's what this was all about. So it's been 12 weeks of doing that. I thought we could just recap how it's been going, how it went, all of the things that have happened in it, because this 12 weeks hasn't been like a typical 12 weeks that I thought it was going to be. So if you are subscribed to the channel, you will know we have moved house and we also went on a little city break away. The main big stressor has been moving house because that kind of made me have to take some time off. Oh, I also was ill. That was another week off. So overall, I've only been doing this for like 10 weeks. Rather than 12, because I had to take a week off for moving and then a week off because I got the disgusting cold that everybody was getting. I am very, very reluctant to take time off training because I enjoy it and also because, but I had to take a week off with how bad I felt. Like, it was one of those things where I had it and I was like, this has to be Rona, like this has to be COVID because I feel so bad. But it wasn't. It was just a cold and now everybody's getting it. So if you've got this, I'm sorry. But I had to take a week off for that. And then with training, I wasn't planning on taking a week off, but then it was just, I underestimated the mayhem that moving is. So I had to take a week off then. And I have been eating a lot, like a lot, because the week we moved, we ended up having to have takeaways for like a week and a half. Like, because we just couldn't get into the kitchen, we had no food, and then we have been away on little breaks and I like to eat. I do food vlogs of all of the places that we eat when we go away, and food's a big deal for me. I really like food, which is a bit contradictory, but I do like food. And then we've also just had a load of social things and also just been ordering food because we want to eat it, because I'm trying to tell myself, when I was in my first therapy for the ED, I got told to do in my affirmations, I deserve to eat the food that I want to eat. So I've been trying to like live by that, and if I want to eat something, I eat it. So I have been eating a lot more than I usually would, and we're going to do some progress pictures and you'll be able to see the consequences of eating more, but we'll keep that on, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But that was kind of a big thing that has happened in this 12 weeks comparatively to the last like 3 years, I suppose, for me. And also just having those big stresses and also moving gyms, that was a big thing. And my training hasn't changed that much, but going forward it probably will, because like at JD I had loads of like toys that I could use, like there was loads of machines, loads of different things, whereas at Snap it's a little more limited. And it took a while to get back into it and used to being there and just being in a new gym essentially. So that's kind of what happened in the last 12 weeks. I did stick to everything. I've been eating more. Protein's still been a little bit iffy. I've mentioned it in previous videos, but just in case you haven't watched any of them, I used to have a really high protein diet. Like I was probably on 160 grams minimum a day, but the main meal that got the protein in for me was Physique mixed with whey protein, and I have, to use the words of one of my clients, I now have the ick with that meal. So I've been trying to up my protein without putting that meal back in. So it's been a little bit difficult, but we're getting there. I'm going to focus on, I've really started focusing on that like for the last 2 weeks. So hopefully in the next 12 weeks that's going to get a lot better, because my protein has been slipping, but the food, the calorie content has still been high, so that's something. My training's been good, it's been feeling good. I have only done like 3 weeks with 5 sessions, which again for me is just like crazy. Like I'm not doing my 5, but I'm trying to not be mad about it. I can deal with my 4. It's just in my head I'm like, but you meant to be doing 5. So it's been a bit iffy with that, but I'm back on schedule now. It's just because we've had so many busy weeks that I haven't been able to hit 5. I've hit 5 for the last 3 weeks now, so we're back on track with that. There is nothing wrong with only doing 4 sessions a week, and there is certainly nothing wrong with doing even 3 sessions or 2 sessions. It's just I have planned for 5 sessions, so that's kind of how my volume's split. So if I'm doing 4, I would have to like rejig and get my volume in on those 4 days. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's just when I plan to do 5, I kind of want to do 5. But we're on track for that again now. Things are kind of like trailing off with the busyness of life. So yeah, training's been good. My weights have been going back up, because that was one of the things that I had to get adjusted to with the new gym, that it was all new equipment, so the weights were all different. So things are going well with training. In terms of recovery, that's the thing that's kind of just been a little bit iffy, and I always knew that was going to be the thing that was going to be the hardest bit of this, and it has been a huge mixed bag, like a huge mixed bag. The majority of the time has been really positive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thought much about it, but when I feel negative, I tend to feel really negative, and these past few days, to be honest, haven't felt great with it. I have stopped fitting in a lot of my clothes now, and that's a really big thing for me, and it's really difficult to deal with. Especially the last few days, I found myself really wanting to do a diet again, and I know I shouldn't, but my brain's like, but you should really, shouldn't you? So the last few days have been difficult, and there have been moments where I see myself and I'm just like, I just don't feel good, and it is really difficult. So recovery's been a little bit up and down, and I'm happy to say the majority of it is up, but I'm not saying all of it was up. It's probably like a 60-40 split, and it's hard feeling that way about your body. And I'm probably coming to you at the wrong moment in time to be doing this update, but because I'm in like a low period at the minute, I've just taken progress pictures for us to go through, and I found that hard, and looking back at the progress is hard, because I've kind of put them together, so it's easier for me to do it when I'm editing, and seeing that comparison's really difficult. And the clothes thing was only yesterday where I've realised that I don't fit into a lot of my clothes, so it's probably coming at you at a wrong time. I'd love to sit here and be like, yeah, I feel great, I don't care how I look, but right now that's not how I'm feeling. And if you used to subscribe to the channel, you know I'm honest about everything. So that's just where I am at the minute. But there are some days where I'm literally like, I do not care about my weight, and it does not matter how I look. That's the thing, when I say weight, I'm not weighing myself at all at the minute, so it is more about how I look. It's just weight comes out of your mouth, doesn't it, when you're talking about it. So there are some days where I'm like, I don't care, like I don't care, as long as I'm putting muscle on and there are no negative associations with getting a little bit bigger. But currently I'm not in one of those days, so it's hard, but there are some good days. So I thought next we would talk about the progress pictures. So we'll go through them one by one, because I think I've done all of the ones that I did on the last Physique update. If you haven't watched that, maybe go watch that one now. I think I've done them all, so we'll go through them one by one. So first one is my right side with the glute comparison. I do feel, one little thing as well, I know the background is a mess. Again, this isn't an accurate representation of my life, but this room where my mirror is the holding room for a lot of stuff at the minute, and we've only just got wardrobes and stuff. So yeah, the bed is piled high up to the ceiling, and I'm sorry for that. And also, I couldn't find the same underwear, which I can tell you now really annoyed me, because it annoys me in progress pictures, even though it's a little thing. But I couldn't find them, Jack couldn't find them, so we had to deal with different underwear. So there is a little bit of difference. So with the glutes, I think you can see a little bit of a difference in terms of the shape underneath. I think underneath is where you can see the biggest difference. A little bit on the upper as well, which I'm so happy with, because I'm really trying to focus on my upper glutes, because I think they're the ones that are just like, babe, we don't want to work, and I'm trying to get them to kick their ass into gear. Is that weird when I'm talking about my ass? I'm going with it. This one you can kind of see a little bit, the tummy transformation, but you can see it better in different pictures, so I will show you that in another one. So the other side, which was my left side of my glutes, I always do like a unposed and posed ones, and this is the posed one. You can see how my body fat has increased with my quads. There is no longer a more defined line, and that is to do with the fat, my body fat, rather than the muscle. Because I think you can see from this side, from this perspective, you can't really see a huge difference in my quads, but that line has gone. But that just means that my body fat has increased, and I think that's all we can talk about. I think you can see that my arms are looking a little bit like bigger, but not muscle wise, and yeah, that's probably all there is to say about that one. Front one, this is where you can see a little bit, I think you can see progress a little bit more here. So as you can see, my tummy is no longer as defined. I think there is a little bit of lighting difference in this one. Obviously, I'm in a different home now as well, so the lighting is a lot different. So I actually do think that my tummy has a little bit more definition than what these pictures are showing in terms of comparing it to the last one. But I think the biggest difference you can see here is my quads. Like, if you look at my left quad, there is definitely growth there. And you can also see it a little bit on my right one, where it like joins to my hip, which honestly, I am so excited about that, because I've really been worried about my quads not doing anything, especially these last few weeks. I'm just like, God, feels like my quads are not growing. So seeing that on that picture, I'm happy with. And I think as well, I don't think it is just fat from the placement of it. Like, I think it is quad, so fingers crossed, that means there's a little bit of quad growth there. My tummy, it's gonna get bigger, we can't help it, it's gonna get bigger. Next one is kind of showing my arms a little bit more. I think with my arms, because they're getting a little bit more, I don't want to say the word fat because I'm not fat, but because they're getting a little bit fattier, the definition's kind of gone a little bit, but the muscle is there. It just looks a little bit more squidgy, and I think that's all you can really see in that picture. I think you can see the definition of my tummy a little bit more on the my left hand side, but yeah, you can kind of see my quad a little bit more, but that's it. I thought we would go and do a video on like we did in the last one as well, so I'm going to swap you over cameras and we'll go do that now. Right, so the lighting is better this time than last time. Last time I had to have a ring light on, and this time I'm just doing it with the window. So hopefully this is all right. I'm sorry if the angling is different. I'm going to try and line this up with my last one, and I'm also going to try and keep to one side so I can have the one from last time up on the side. Which side should I go with? We'll go with this side. So let's get my hair out of the way. Also, I'm sorry that we're back on this camera where it's going in and out of focus, but I really can't do anything, and my big camera would have to be like a two-hand thing, and I don't want it to be that different. So yeah, this is how we are looking. I think you can see the tummy definition a little bit better, like what I was just saying. This is, I can't remember, what did I do first? Glutes. Let's go this side first. So these underwear are awful for it, but you can see glutes. And we will come on this side and we will pose, because I remember from last time I couldn't pose. There we go. I know these underwear are annoying. They're so much like thicker than the last one. There we go. You can see the quad. Oh, I think you can actually see a little bit more hamstring there. That might be that, but maybe a little bit more. Quads, you can see if I pose them. Hang on, posing them incorrectly. You can see they come out a little bit more. Then tummy, you can see how much it sticks out. I think this side's always more flattering for me. Yeah, you can see it a little bit more there. We get some lovely kind of, I get like kind of like cellulite on here. I don't know if anybody else does. I know, like, I think people get it a lot more on their bums compared to me. I get it like a lot more like round. I don't think it's picking up, it's too bright. But yeah, that's it. Then delts, again, they're hard to pick up on camera. Getting there. But yeah, this is kind of, this is me. I feel like my bloating's definitely gone down since I took those pictures. I had like an IBS flare just before I took those progress pictures, so I feel like maybe the bloating has gone down. But honestly guys, with the body dysmorphia, it's just a little bit hard to tell. So yeah, this is how we are looking. Let's finish this off. We'll finish this off in here actually. I hope you all enjoyed that. Again, I am sorry for all this mess, but we can't really do anything about it. So yes, that's going to finish off this video. I am looking forward to it for the next 12 weeks. I am definitely going to try and up my protein a little bit more. I think that's the only thing that's really been lacking. I think my intensity in the gym has been really good. I've tried to tone myself down a little bit because I think I've been training more on the strength side rather than the hypertrophy side, and I'm definitely telling myself to give myself a little bit of a break on it, because I think I've been going like too hard on, like, say if I had 4 sets, I've been going hard on like all 4 sets rather than focusing on maybe leaving my little bit of like wriggle room, because in the research it's best to leave like 1 or 2 reps in the tank rather than being like failure every time. So I think my intensity in the gym is good. I'm definitely giving myself enough rest, and the calories have definitely been up there. I've been way more lenient on getting food out and things like that, so it's just the protein that needs to get a little bit better, which is strange because my protein has always been the thing that I have never struggled with. So it's odd, but never mind. We're just gonna keep going with it. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please make sure to leave it like, because these videos are really hard for me to film, and I'd really appreciate any support you can give, whether it's a like, a comment would be amazing. Comments mean the world to me, and if you're new, please subscribe. So that is it. If you have any specific videos that you want to see from Time to Grow, please let me know, because I think I've filmed all of my workouts now. I think I've got 1 more full body to film and 1 more upper body to film, but after that, like I've mentioned, I don't really change my workouts up a lot. So if you guys want to see anything specific, please let me know, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.